Welcome. Right, so I'm recording on the podcast. I'm also recording on YouTube. Right, one for visual and one for radio podcast. We did a podcast this morning. We got close to the forecast. I mentioned the winner as possibly coming late and getting the race behind the favourite. But he actually won the race, Velvet Morn. So I give it a good shout. We just missed the forecast first and third, but I did have a little small bit on the winner. So because I did fancy it and did mention him big as coming late with the winner, and they both came late. Just a little bit more pace the winner, the third needed. But anyway, let's see about right. I'll have a look at the 5 o'clock at Kempton. It's a maiden. I think this is the first race for 3-year-olds over a mile and a half this season, so I'm sure it is. Excuse me. Right. I'm not going to bother with any other. I picked this maiden for 3-year-olds out because it's the first one that's going a bit of distance with stamina pedigrees, and also the other races. Basically, a lot of them now at Kempton and Lingfield, the 3-year-old maidens, basically call them barrier trials. You don't know what's what. Even looking at the pedigree, it's not like the 2-year-olds. When you can win the 2-year-olds and pick the 2-year-old debut winners, because they're going to be had a lot of fast work done and conditioned right. With these 3-year-olds, even the pedigrees, it's just a mishmash. Basically, the trainers are just using them as barrier trials. So anyway, we'll start off with the favourite Royal Castle. Second run, had a run behind 2 Nathaniel, 2 lengths. Second run, promising the first run. So I would say, looking at Charlie Appleby's horses, they do sort of run okay on their second runs, but 6-4 looks very short to me. Nathaniel's third run was ahead of Royal Castle the last day, possible winner, but look at their marks, right? 71 and add 9, that's 80. Obviously, Royal Castle's improved, but will it improve? What's Charlie Appleby done with Royal Castle in between time? I haven't looked to see what they think. Honestly, I could have had a look, but I'm not going to, because sometimes it's misleading. It obviously got its favourite chance, but 6-4. If they've been backing it, fair enough, because they do like to have a bet at that place. The stable people, obviously the trainer and the owner, they're not interested in betting. But the people in the yard will have a bet, so they'll know what's what. But sometimes, public money can be misleading. If it is public money. But 2 Nathaniel, of the ones that ran, I would say 2 Nathaniels, by Nathaniel, See the Stars, Philly, 2 of the Stars, and it's set a decent sort of, decent 76, 85. It's probably going at a third run today, 85, 15-8, drifting from 11-8. That's not a decent sign from a Gosden horse, but still, I would say it probably stay ahead of that other one, Royal Castle. The 2 I'm interested in, however, are number 2 Kingsway and number 1 Epathan. Even though this is the first one from David Simcock, I wouldn't be normally interested in, but I'll tell you why later. Right, we'll have a look at Kingsway's pedigree. And it's very, very interesting pedigree, Kingsway. Now, obviously by Dubarwi, the same as the stable mate. Call them stable foes because they run against each other. And by Dubarwi now, the dam, we'll have a look at the dam. The dam, Galati, I'm sure was trained by Jim Bolger, decent horse. Now the dam, Galati, is interesting. And the dam was also a February foal, and bred 1, 2, 3, bred 3 winners, highest being Dartmouth, a fantastic horse for Sir Michael Stout, and that's come out of the dam. So the siblings 121, and then Manatee, another sibling at a mile and a half, 120. So the the top three siblings are fantastic. Now look at the dam's form. 22nd of April at Nass, over a mile, 10 furlongs, won by 9 length. Second race at Gowerth, won by 2 length. Then the third race, obviously in a Group 3, posted a figure of 113, won by 3.5 lengths at Nass, over a mile and 2. And you've obviously Galileo, the daughter of Galileo. You've got that extra stamina there in the pedigree. Now, is that a better dam side than the favourite? I would say by a mile. And also, you've got this Royal. Come on, I've got to wait for the internet coming on. You've got this Kingsway. That's its name, Kingsway. By far better pedigree than the other one. Even though they're both by Debarwi, the dam side is just pales in comparison to this dam side. And also early foal, February. So you're talking straight away debut win. Perfect trip for the stamina. The family is high class. It's now. Tell me now if that can't beat the Barwi horse on an offer 76. Now, if this horse here with a pedigree that can't go past 80 and do a minimum of 90, there's something seriously wrong. Because I'm saying this horse can probably do a min with a pedigree like that. It's going to even start off at a minimum of 90, postmark, and these other ones are doing 76. So there. Now the other horse I'm interested in is this Ip Asham. I'll tell you why. Because normally you wouldn't be interested in a first time starter from Simcock, but he's on the all weather. Always pay attention to Simcocks on the all weather, and especially the ones. Now the stallion is Lopo de Vego, brilliant stallion. Now the dam is very interesting because the dam sired, let's take a look, El Galante. Now the dam was sort of a German, ran in Germany or France or something like that. But the dam has produced some brilliant siblings. Look, Balios 115, and now Balios, the top over a mile and a half, won twice for David Simcock. You see? And where did Balios win first time out? Not Shamadal. I've hit the wrong number. Shamadal's in the line, so we should be looking at Balios here. Trained by David Simcock. From the same dam, El Galante, Balios. And where did Balios win first time out? For the same owner. There we go. Kempton, over a mile. Obviously, that horse has got, Shamadal as a miler, so the stallion's a miler. But now they've got Lopo de Vego as a stallion. So, pathway to honour. Now, the other thing is this. Jamie Spencer, he's been hanging around for a few days, right? What for? He hasn't had any winners, but he's just been hanging around a few days. So when you look, Jamie Spencer's riding, he's already seen him hanging about a few days. They're not stupid, these people, right? This is how they play it, right? This is why he's probably come to ride for this horse. This horse, even though he's been hanging around a few days. And now he's just going to track the horse. So the two most interesting horses in this race are this Ishapan, right, at 10-1 by Lopo de Vego, out of a decent German dam who's produced some decent winners for this trainer and this owner. So they know what they're dealing with. They know what they're doing with they know how to train it, sort of thing, because they've dealt with the same horse from the family, and that is a plus with these trainers. If they know the family of these horses, they know what they're doing. And it's very interesting. Now they've got Lopo de Vega as a stallion. I mean, you couldn't give Lopo de Vego's away at very first, but now it's like they're like gold dust, aren't they? Lope de Vega's turned out to be one of the best stallions of ever. Probably it's going to be one of the best stallions. 4 or 5 years time down the line, he'd probably be one of the, right up there with the likes of Galileo and Debarwy and such. But those are the two in. I mean, Royal Castle and Nathaniel, they're going to run their races, but the two to be concentrating on for me, for pedigree wise, is Kingsway and this Ishapan, 7-2 and 10-1. Now I'm just going to favour this Kingsway, but obviously I'm going to have a little save with this Ishapan, or shall I put Ishapan and then save with Kingsway? That's what we'll do. We'll back Ishapan at 10-1 and we'll save with Kingsway, and we'll do a little forecast there and include Nathaniel in a combo forecast. Second run for Royal Castle, and I'm just going to leave that one alone because it's the second run. I'd never ever touch any horse on its second run. And that's it. Hope you have a wild time. This is the Guru out.